Tim Duncan or Kobe Bryant, who has had the better career? I believe this is a very interesting debate that I do not really see in the NBA community like that, just because Tim Duncan, for whatever reason, has been excluded pretty much from all-time greats conversations. I feel like the consensus is that everyone pretty much acknowledges that he is the best power forward ever, but that's about it. Maybe because his game is not so flashy, people do not like to bring him up when it comes to, top 10 or even top 5 of all-time conversations. But he definitely should at least be up there. I don't know if you keep him in your top 5, but he needs to be mentioned because that man was him. And Kobe Bryant, I shouldn't even have to say why he is so relevant in these conversations. The man is one of the most impactful players of all time, one of the most, if not the most skilled basketball player of all time, and he has 5 championships also. So what was interesting is that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar gave an interview very recently, and he was asked between Kobe and Tim Duncan, who has had the better career. And according to the NBA legend, it was Tim Duncan who actually did. And I quote, he says, "Jizz, I would say that Tim Duncan has had a better career just because they've been able to win more consistently and they did not have to rely on Tim all the time." And I gotta say, when I saw this, I kind of took a second to myself. I was like, man, do I agree? And yeah, I think I agree. Here's why. Tim Duncan, first of all, let's go through his resume. So he's played from 98 to 2016. For his career, he has been able to average 19, 11, 3 assists on 50.6% from the floor and with 2.2 blocks per game. So that's great. If you think about today's era, 19 and 11, it's not that impressive. It's great, but it's not super impressive. Like, you got guys like Domantas Sabonis who are putting similar number to this in this era. But back in the days, 19 and 11, you really dominated the game if you averaged that. And that's pretty much with counting his stats when he was on the decline and kind of taking a backseat on the Spurs. So had he played for a shorter period of time, his number would be even better. Kobe has better numbers for his career. Individually, the man was able to average 25, 5, and 5 with 1.4 steals per game in his very lengthy career as well. So Kobe got the best individual numbers. Now, when you look at the individual resumes, you got Tim Duncan, who off the gate won Rookie of the Year, averaging over 20 and 10, and he got his team back to the playoffs. He has 2 MVPs, he has 3 Finals MVPs, 15-time All-Star, 10-time All-NBA First, 3-time All-Seconds, 8 All-NBA First Team All-Defense, 7 All-NBA Second Team Defense. So the man did everything. But his biggest flex, in my opinion, and the reason why I would take Tim Duncan's career over Kobe's is the fact that the man, we've never seen him lose. He has the most regular season wins ever, and he never had a losing season. Never. In fact, he's never won below 50 games for a year. That's insane. That's like one of the biggest flexes ever. I know he has 5 rings, so he didn't win every year, but to be able to say that you never lost, literally, is insane. If you think about it, we've seen all of the all-time greats lose at some point. We've seen Michael Jordan lose. We've seen LeBron James lose. We've seen Kobe lose. In fact, all 3 of these guys missed the playoffs. And I can keep going. But Tim Duncan never won below 50 games. Insane. He's 5-1 in the finals, and he really should be 6-0 if you think about it. Because if you remember the way he lost to Ray Allen, pretty much. I know LeBron was amazing in Game 7. He was great in the fourth quarter, but he lost to that jump shot by Ray Allen. Ray Allen does not make that shot. Tim Duncan is 6-0 in the finals. And he has 3 finals MVPs. And another flex that's amazing, he's won at least 1 championship in 3 different decades. He won in the 90s, he's won in the 2000s, and he's won in the 2010s. Like, that's insane also. If you think about it, for example, LeBron James is going to go out there for his 21st season, like within the next 2 weeks, and he can't say the same. Like he won in the 2010s and he won in the 2020s, which is already a great accomplishment that really showcases the man's longevity. But he didn't win in the 2000s. In fact, when he made it to the finals in '07, he lost to that same Tim Duncan. Although the deck was stacked against LeBron, still got important to point that out. So just because of the winning, I would take Tim Duncan's career over Kobe's. I do not believe Tim Duncan is a better basketball player than Kobe. So if I were to do a top 10, I would have Kobe slightly above Tim Duncan. But when it comes to career, I believe without a question, actually, Tim Duncan has had a better career than Kobe Bryant. And that's not even a slight at Kobe particular. I'm just singling out Kobe because Kareem did it. But Tim Duncan has a top 3 career of all time, in my opinion. And before I close this, Kobe himself, in an interview, actually admitted that he was jealous of Tim Duncan's career. And I quote what he said. He said, "I can't express to you how much I'm jealous. I've been up and down." And that goes back to the point that I was making earlier about the fact that we've never seen Tim Duncan lose. Never. Even when he didn't win it all, he at least made the playoffs. He at least won 50 games. For Kobe, we've seen him do amazing, being a part of a three-peat, for example, and then, going back to back, we've seen that, but we've also seen Kobe miss the playoffs. We've seen Kobe being literally on the worst team in the league. We've seen all these things. So, yeah, y'all get my point. I got Tim Duncan has a top 3 career of all time, but he's a top 10 talent, in my opinion, but he's not better than Kobe, if that made sense to you guys. Anyways, I'm going to close the video right here. Please get in the comment section and give me your thoughts. Kobe or Tim Duncan, who has had the better career? Do you also believe that Tim Duncan is the best player between the two, or would you give the edge to Kobe on that one? And yeah, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.